Libra, this is your end of August tarot reading. I hope you are doing well. I finally got my new mic. Yay. I'm not sure if it has as much noise canceling as my cheaper one. This is what I have right now. I'm using one of these. So let me know what you think of the sound. Hopefully it's better. All right, here we go. And it is kind of noisy in here. I'm in a big open room and there's two ACs, so there's no soundproofing or anything in this room. Anywho, let's get started on your reading. This is, I'm saying for the end of August, but for real, it's whenever you find it. Time and energy is fluid, not linear, right? And so do look at the playlist for your sun, moon, and rising sign. I guarantee there's going to be messages in there for you. All right, let's see what we have for our lovely Libras. All right, what do we have? Magical gateway. It takes courage and trust to venture into the unknown, and yet this is where the greatest rewards are. It's time to step boldly forward without looking back. You know, this kind of energy, this card didn't come up for Gemini, but that was kind of there. This gives me either a world card or a Fool energy, or maybe even an Eight of Cups. Beautiful. Yep, venturing into the unknown. Actually, that kind of has a moon energy too, because the moon, is kind of help guiding you, your path, but you have to go through, that unseen area to get through it. All right, let's see what else we have here. We have animals. This is Doreen Virtue, life purpose. You understand animals and communicate with them intuitively. Ooh, trust your inner guidance, as the animals are a part of your life work. That's a message for some of you there. It's very sweet. Whenever I got my alley cat, she's going on 8 years old now. I got her from just a local animal shelter, and they did, it was a kill shelter. They don't keep them. She was about 2 months old, and as I was passing by her crate, I kind of heard her say to me, "Don't leave me here." And so I didn't. I took her home. Yep, she's a good girl. All right. A leg up, 34. This is getting assistance with something. A boost, So we'll see how that comes out in the reading. So we're just focused on current energy and maybe future energy. If a past message comes up, we'll deal with it. But I just want what's going on with Libra right now. We have the Queen of Cups showing up. A little bit of Cancer energy there. And Five of Cups. Something to deal with here. And the Six of Pentacles. Okay. Some of you may have lost a pet recently. If that's the case, I am so sorry. Our fur babies are, they're just everything, Okay, so we also have the Chariot, more Cancer energy right there. We have the Three of Cups and the Sun. Look at that. See, it's going to be okay. It is going to be okay. You're moving on, is what I just heard. You're moving on. So this magical gateway, you might be going after something that is a heart's desire. The Queen of Cups is emotionally mature. So this is saying that you're very emotionally mature, and you might be following your heart's desire here with that Ace of Cups she's holding up. Or this could be a spiritual message saying, it's time to release the past, because she's got this one cup she's kind of dumping out, and she's raising this other one. So I'm getting a feeling of the spirit telling you it's okay to move on. I feel like there is an actual loss here for you of some type, but the message is it's okay. You know, it's time. I feel like you've grieved long enough, Libra, and they want you to move on from this, to focus on the future, right? That's what I'm feeling here with these two things. It is a victory there. And so this is the message that's coming through for some of you. If you've experienced a loss recently, they are fine. I know you're sad and upset about it, but they're fine. They're on the other side with family and friends, you know, soulmates and things. They're having a good time. They don't want you to be in this energy that much longer. They're released. They have, I'll tell you something about this, the spirit world. They don't have grudges. They don't. All that is stripped clean. That kind of energy just does not ever come into, you know, the actual spirit world, the ones that have crossed over, not the ones that stay stuck behind and, you know, don't want to cross over. I'm not talking about those kind of trapped or lost spirits, but the ones that make that full transition. They don't hold grudges. They, you know, they're just happy. They want you to be happy too. That's the message I'm getting here. They don't want you to grieve them forever, right? They want you to get out there, be social, you know, and be happy again. So I think some assistance is coming in. We have the Six of Pentacles, and the Six of Pentacles is Taurus energy, but it's also moon energy, and it's about cycles. So sometimes we're givers, and then sometimes we're takers. Okay, that's just kind of how it is. And so you might be in need of assistance right now to get through this period. It could be. You know, this is a card of equal give and take as well, but what I'm seeing here is that, you know, that the cycles in it. That's what I'm feeling for you for this particular reading here as it's coming through. We have the Sun card here, and so we have moon cycles, right? Where sometimes we're in a state of loss. Sometimes we're in a state of gain, right? And so the sun is shining here saying that it will shine again. Happiness will return. You know, things will go back to normal as they can be. You know, having to not, whatever that loss is for you, whether it was a pet, a person, a job, a friend, you know, whatever it is, balance will return is what I'm hearing. The sun will shine again. You know, all those kind of messages is what's coming through. And this could be assistance right here, a leg up, you know, to help you get through this, whether it's from spirit or someone else, you know. Yeah, that's what I'm feeling. All right, so let's keep going. Might be a continuation of that message or something completely different. Okay, Ten of Swords, end of suffering. Whew. We have, look at this. So we have the Three of Cups coming out again and the Knight of Cups, okay? Some Pisces energy. We have Gemini with that. So, you know, like I was saying before, whoever has transitioned here, they're not suffering anymore. Oh my gosh, and now look. Six of Pentacles on that. Again, we have a lot of repeating cards here. Now, if it's not, getting another message now, if it's not a actual loss of something physical to you, this could be a change, Knight of Wands and the Three of Pentacles, a change in the energy around you, okay? You could be sad here because things have been unequal with that Six of Pentacles, right? We're talking about equal reciprocity. It could be that it was maybe unequal in your community, your I don't want to say partnerships, but something sociable here. And so now that Six of Pentacles is coming up again. Now we do have clarity here on that. And now it's coming up again. The Ten of Swords crossed by the Six of Pentacles. Well, we have the end of suffering. I like the Ten of Swords because who wants to suffer? I like that it's saying something is over. Something is done. You know, and it could be about the cycle. You know, if it was unequal in the past, this is saying it's going to be more equal in the future. But it also could be the end of a cycle where maybe you were the one always receiving. Maybe now you're going into a period where you can give, where you have enough to give. Something like that. You know? So I think there's a cycle here where you need to receive, and then there's a cycle where you're going to be giving. Does that make sense? That's what I'm feeling here. But whatever the case, something is improving for sure. The end of suffering and equal reciprocity. This is also about knowing your true value too, and what it's worth. You know, this feels very positive to me, like a big change in your prosperity here. And so now we have celebration again with the Three of Cups. Wow. And what's amazing here is the transformation, because the Five of Cups is a temporary energy. We don't stay there the whole time. You know, that could be it could be depression, you know, the Five of Cups. And so something is changing. I definitely feel that. So the Three of Cups, now we have this celebration again. And this is also, you know, being around people that have the same mindset as you. It could be that your social circle has shrunk, you know, quality over quantity. And it's being crossed by the Knight of Wands. So you might be traveling soon, vacation, even though it's getting, you know, school just started again for a lot of districts. But I get a sense of travel here, or just at least like optimism, movement, you know, because we have fire on fire here with this Sagittarius Knight of Wands. It's very freedom loving, very independent. You know, this is like really just wanting to get out there and experience things. This could be you getting back out there into society, being social, life of the party here. I got to say, these two combined, you know, just getting back to where you were before that Five of Cups, whatever that is for you. And now, look at this. We have the Knight of Cups and the Three of Pentacles. Well, the Knight of Cups can mean, sometimes it means, you know, knight in shining armor. But what I'm feeling here is you following some type of heart's desire and putting work into it with this Three of Pentacles. Creative work is what we're seeing here. And you putting yourself out there, because this is vulnerability. This is being open to giving and receiving. Look, so we have three cards now talking about being this, you know, Six of Pentacles type energy, the cycles, giving and receiving, giving and receiving. So that is a big deal in this reading. And so here you're giving of yourself, your dreams, your ideas, your creativeness to others in the hopes that you will receive pentacles and, you know, accolades and things like that. So you're putting yourself out there is what I'm really feeling with this. And you have to be vulnerable, you know, for that to work. All right, let's see what else we have for Libra. So I feel like there was something that happened, kind of a minor setback that you know, you get, I don't want to say get over it, but you do, you know, eventually, hopefully. Now we got the Eight of Swords here, Knight of Swords, and the Empress. And we have the Sun card, and the Sun really shines clarity on everything in a reading for me, not just the card that it's on. You know, for me, the Sun card makes pretty much everything. It's like a good stuffs read. Because it's saying you have clarity, you know, and I don't feel like that just is for one thing. You know what I'm saying? The sun doesn't shine on just one tiny spot on the earth at a time. It illuminates that whole side. You know what I'm saying? So let's see what we have here. Well, bam. Ah, look at that. Yep. Love conquers all, doesn't it? And the Six of Wands. Yeah. So the Eight of Swords, Gemini energy, feeling stuck, feeling trapped. It's a mental trap, you know, just something, not using your intuition. And this would be, if you were stuck in this energy, you wouldn't see the opportunities right in front of your face. You know what I'm saying? It just wouldn't, you wouldn't be able to see it. So as an air sign, and we see a lot of balance here, and we see the scales and stuff. So I think that the best thing you can do when this is happening is to focus on your heart's desire and your intuition. If you feel confused at any time, you know, about things, it's saying that there's more to the situation than you can physically see with your eyes. You know, this is about trusting your intuition and your heart's desire, you know. But I do like that message, but I also think there needs to be a balance between your knowledge and your heart's desire. Because you can desire something that's completely bad for you. You know, right? That's a thing that people desire things they shouldn't want and you know, would be bad for them. So there needs to be a balanced mix between your wisdom and your logic and your heart's desire. You know, but it could be that you're not even seeing a real heart's desire when it's right in front of you. If you're going around in circles in your brain and not trusting your intuition, you know, you've got to trust your intuition. Okay, so we have the Knight of Swords here, Gemini energy, and the Ten of Cups. I feel like this is saying take a chance on this happiness here. Take a chance on what makes you really and truly happy. The Ten of Cups. It's saying you can have it, but you got to be able to take action on it. With that Knight of Swords, it's fire and air. You got to be willing to work for that, to be able to do something. You know, you might need to cut some things out. You know, I think this is a good combination of being cautious and wise, not reckless. I don't feel reckless in this particular Knight of Swords. I feel like it's cautious. You know, you're kind of looking at people's motivations when they come towards you. But I think in the end, you know, we've got the Ten of Swords and the Ten of Cups. So it's like a blessing after difficulty, really. The calm after the storm is what I'm feeling there. And, you know, we have the Empress here and the Six of Wands. Six of Wands is a victory. They're celebrating these people. They're getting rewarded. That's a Six of Wands. It's not a marriage card. It's showing that here, which, you know, I'm not a fan of this particular interpretation. But we see the sun on the horizon here. Or maybe it's a sunset. Who knows? Because that would be weird, marrying that early in the morning. But anyway, the Empress, this is being very attractive to success right now in victory. You are creating it with your actions. The Empress is kind of like a magician, but it's not so much playing with the aces and those potential energies. She's a doer, she's a creator, she's a maker. You know what I'm saying? She's fertile ground, you know, and I think that's what it's saying you are, that whatever you put your energy into right now and your action into, you will be victorious in it. We have victory, and we've got victory here. The sun can be a victory card too, if you think about it. It just needs action. Kindness. Take respite by a pond and be kind to yourself and others. Okay. Just maybe being outdoors, getting grounded. Here and now, the future does not exist and the past is gone. That's weird because I said I'm focusing on now energy. I focus on the present moment. I have confidence in life again because here, now, there is no danger. Everything happens when my soul is ready. And you know, that's a true thing, especially people that have PTSD of any kind. I have to remind myself that right now I am safe. I am fine. I can relax. You know, it's a constant thing. I don't, you know, it's hard though because I'm very jumpy. I'm a very jumpy person. The littlest thing can make me scream and jump, you know. So it's tough. But at night sometimes I can be so stiff in that fight or flight, kind of stuck in that sometimes I'm laying down, but my head is not on the freaking pillow. That's how stiff and rigid I can be. Not all the time, but sometimes. And I have to really relax, you know. Ooh. Oh, surrender. Oh, dark night of the soul. Oh my goodness. Okay. So some of you, that Five of Cups really could put you into a place where you have to, you know, dig deep for real and really discover some things about yourself and let go of some things. That could be a triggering event right there, that Five of Cups. But it's okay. I mean, a dark night, I've had more than one. They suck. But it's important to look those shadows kind of in the face and deal with them, you know, and not ignore it. Desk, pay attention to your work. Lobster, financial pinch. I think that's what you're coming out of, honestly, because the Six of Pentacles is about those cycles where sometimes we're givers, sometimes we're receivers. I don't want to say takers, it sounds bad, but sometimes we're in that receiving mode. I think you're coming out of that. I think you're going to be in the, you know, the giving mode. We have Eagle, triumph over troubles and obstacles. We'll take it. I do feel like that's what's going on here. I really do. All right, Libra, I hope this reading helped. If it resonated, please let me know in the comments below. Hit that like button, share, subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.